What's going on, world? What's going on, world? It's your boy Ryan Fraser in the building. Ryan from the six, man. And yeah, it's a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We got a big fight week coming into it. So I figured I'd get on here and talk about a few topics that been going on and just express my opinions on the whole situations. You know, there's a lot of news, man. And shout out to David Benavidez for continuing on because it's spooky out here, bro. It's getting weird. Turkey Al Sheik, it seemed like he trying to pick up Bivol and run away with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go to the basketball court, you playing one on one, you win the first game. So you like, I'm gonna give him his lick back. He beat you in the second game. And because he beat you in the second game, he trying to take his ball and get off the court, man. Nah, that ain't cool. We gotta run it back. So I don't know what's going on with this fight here with Arthur Beterbiev and Bivol 3. I thought for sure that was gonna be a lock for October, November, and now we talking about it being in Russia, and Turkey Al Sheikh don't even want it. He letting other people take the fight, so it sound like you know what I'm saying Bivol and Eddie Hearn and them they gonna swerve off Beterbiev, man. Unfortunately, but if this your first time here, shout out to you, man. Make sure you smash the like button like Ann Wolf,
Did
yo.
not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand! One punch! That is it! Forget about the count. It is over.
Shout out to my guy L Dub Boxing in the building. Make sure y'all go check him out. L Dub, man. He got a great channel. He talking good boxing over there. Y'all know what it is, man. But I'm disgusted, man. I'm disgusted with the news. Arthur Beterbiev, Bivol. It sounds like this fight not gonna happen, y'all. I just don't understand it. These two dudes. It sounded like we were gonna get it in November, and then October. Sorry, I thought October was the first proposed date from the February fight, and then November, and it just looked like now like we might not get that fight, man. Because like think about it, the person who made the fight was Turkey Al Sheik. Honestly, I don't think we would have got that fight if it wasn't for Turkey Al Sheik. And now it sounds like he's not really interested in the trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Him and Bivol, they taking their basketball and they leaving the yard, man. It's nasty. They're not trying to run it back. They're not trying to get that one up. And I think for Better BF, he obviously wants to fight. I'm sure he wants to be compensated properly. And this is the problem with that whole fight, man. It's just these two dudes are not big enough names to where they're gonna get that money, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna get that, man. Shout out to Frontline in the building. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you. PR in the house. Yeah, y'all got a big week coming up for sure, man. It's gonna be a weekend of Puerto Rico and the Dominicans too, man. The rest of us gonna just tune in and love it. But yeah, man, I think Better Be a Bivol. Like I wanted to see the trilogy, man. Me personally, it was 1-1. I know a lot of people feel like Bivol won the first fight. I'm one of the few people that picked Better BF to win the first fight. And they're just not gonna get paid what Turkey Al Sheik gonna pay him. So now that Turkey Al Sheik is saying he's not interested in this fight, essentially both of these men are not gonna get paid they value, man. And if I'm Bivol, I'm looking at, hey man, I got Turkey on my side, so I might as well go with Turkey, do what Turkey want me to do, and take on whatever fight he want. But then again, I also look at it. I gotta look at it too, like Bivol, he's been taking tough fights. Arthur, I'm not gonna say he's taking easy fights, but if you look down the resumes, definitely Bivol's been through the ringer more than Better BF, especially as of late. So maybe Bivol just needs some time off. Maybe he needs to recover his body. And if that's the case, then I totally agree with it. But I feel like that should have been said a little earlier than now because we kind of been strung along to think that that fight was going to happen, the trilogy, and now we don't even know if we're going to get it, man. The whole fight's in question, and you got Better BF out here talking like there's no negotiations going on his end of the bargain. He's like, yo, how long they gonna wait me out? Like, how old do I gotta be to get back in the ring? So it's a shitty part of the sport, man. Shitty part of boxing, but it is the reality. But I don't know, man. What do we think? Do we think that Bivol should go and fight his mandatory with the IBF Michael Eifert, or do the trilogy with Arthur just in 2026? And I don't know, man. I just don't think a lot of people aren't invested in that fight. So a lot of people are not gonna, they're not gonna scream for it, man. If the fight never happens, people aren't gonna care. And that's messed up, man, because we always talk about guys getting it back in blood. We always talk about how we like it when guys get revenge, but we gonna let this fight here sit at 1-1 because people don't really know these guys the same way they know other fighters. If this was Tank Davis and Roach, and Tank Davis went and fought somebody else, there'd be an uproar, man. People would be losing their minds. And this just the reality of it is like Bivol and Beterbiev, nobody really cares about those guys. You know what I'm saying? They happy for them that one of them finally got undisputed, and they just wanted to move on. But that's okay, man. I'm a true boxing fan. I like what I see from both men. I think they're both great fighters. I think both fights were good, man. You got people out here saying those fights were boring, man. I never thought that. I thought those were good high level boxing matches. For the people who just want to see the Rock'em Sock'em and want to see Arthur Beterbiev beat up on Bivol. I was actually impressed by Beterbiev's boxing skills, man. He had to box. Bivol forced him into that type of fight twice. The first one wasn't no Beterbiev beatdown, that's for sure. Know what I'm saying? And shout out to Bivol. He was the first guy to put that shink in the armor of Arthur Beterbiev's 100 KO ratio. He was the first guy to last. So I mean, shout out to both dudes, man. But I hate how this is going. It looks like we're not gonna get the fight. It's a shame, man. It looks like we're not gonna get that fight, but I think all in the same time, man, we as boxing fans, we gotta continue to make sure that if we're not gonna get that fight, what other fight can we put these guys in that's more intriguing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what other one, man? Obviously, Bivol and Benavidez is a big one. Uh, Benavidez has a fight in November. So maybe Bivol waits for Benavidez to come back in May, maybe, and still unification. Should he get stripped by the IBF, it's still a unification with the WBA and WBO titles, and yeah, it'll be with the BC. But yeah, man, I just don't know. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hold on a second, yo. My bad, yo, my daughter. She out here trying to get some food from me because, that's what they do, man. They go and ask mom. Mom said no, so they gotta come ask dad and try to get it from dad. But you already know what it is. But yeah, man. So Bivol versus Benavidez, that's the one we all really want to see. That's the one we're anticipating. Um, Beterbiev, where does he go next? Does he stay at light heavyweight? It doesn't sound like he ever had an issue making weight. But I'd like to see Beterbiev at a cruiserweight, man. I think he got heavy hands to move up and fight at cruiserweight. I think he can have a nice little run at cruiserweight. But I'm not too dead set that he does that because, like I said, he hasn't had any bad or he hasn't looked bad in any of the weight cuts. We don't know how he really looking in the weight cuts or how you feeling, but he hasn't really shown me that he's struggling to make 175. So I just gotta assume that he's good with it. But who at 75 do we want to see better be a, what I'm saying? Like, I think 75 is just top heavy. That's a problem with that division. It's top heavy. So once you get past like Benavidez, Bivol, and Beterbiev, it's like, yo, who do we think is gonna give those guys good fights? So like maybe those three gotta move up to cruiserweight. We got Zerto, we got JEOPARDY, you got Chris Billum Smith, you got Brandon Glayton. Not the biggest technical guys, but they do present danger because they're bigger than those guys. Especially punchers like JEOPARDY. So I'm interested in the trilogy, but if it doesn't happen, I just hope that these guys get good fights. If we're gonna say, okay, we're not gonna give them the trilogy, cool, man. But let's see what fights are on the table then. Like we really gotta take a look because I don't know, man. 75 is pretty thin outside of Bivol, Beterbiev, and Benavidez. Then you start going to Callum Smith's a good opponent. Anthony Yard, who is fighting Benavidez, Boatsi, Albert Ramirez, Bozdek, David Morrell just moved up. He's in a fight next weekend. Willie Hutchinson and Iman Khatib, who's fighting David Morrell. So you got two guys who are in the ring rankings fighting each other next weekend at light heavyweight. But I just think we need to either say, okay, if we're not gonna have this Bivol and Better Be a fight, we got to start finding opponents for these guys, man. Let's find good fights. Obviously for Bivol, it's Benavidez for the masses. Shout out to Darius Flowers in the building. But for me, Benavidez should win. Obviously, I want to see him fight Bivol, but if Beterbiev is left in the dust without an opponent, why not fight Jay Apataya? Who Jay Apataya fighting? Why not get my man Arthur Beterbiev, 100% or 90 something percent KO ratio now, fighting Jay Apataya. Jay Apataya, I don't think he got a date. I don't know. The thing with him, his mandatory ain't even been called, I don't think. Yeah, he ain't got no date. He just fought. So he ain't got no date. He can take a few months off. Him and Arthur could fight. That'd be a good ass fight. Yeah, he said, what's the next best thing? Yeah, man. I think that's what we got to figure out for both men. Bivol is probably, it looks like Bivol, Matchroom, and Eddie Hearn. They picking the basketball up. They tell him better be, we not running a third game. We leaving with our win. We heading off, bro. Mama said we got to get home. Lights are almost on. They making excuses to why they don't want that third fight. So I mean, you might as well talk to Benavidez now and tell him, hey man, if you could beat Anthony Yard, you back at Riyadh season because Dimitri Bivol he's a turkey guy, man. I think a lot of people didn't understand that. A lot of people were under the impression that Beterbiev was Turkey's dude. But I'm over here, I'm watching the whole lead up to the first fight, and Dimitri Bivol there hugging Turkey Al Sheikh's nephews and stuff. I'm like, whoa, this dude family, like he family with Turk. Turk mess with Bivol, like he messed with Crawford. Like he look at that dude like he a great fighter. He my favorite fighter. So it's like, man, my man Beterbiev gotta go up in Riyadh and somehow he gets the win. Boxing, you know, I'm not gonna say outbox Bivol, but he did enough, man. He did enough in my eyes, especially down the stretch, especially that 11th round. I think it was that 11th for sure that edged it from me. I had it like 6-6, man. No, sorry, going into 12. So the way that Beterbiev finished the fight, I had him winning the last 2 rounds. But like, man, that fight was a good ass fight, man. I'm not gonna front. Not gonna front. Shout out to my dude Malcolm in the building. What's going on, man? But this is a nasty move. Hell yeah, man. I don't like it. It's when you beat your sibling in the game and they stop playing. Yeah, man. It's like when you got the controller, you dropping 20 on the 2K, and your brother just he turned the system off, bro, and walk off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, Turkey was pissed when Bivol lost. Yeah, man. Turkey was. And you saw how quick they made that turnaround very quick for that fight. But now when this fight come up, they taking their time, man. They taking their time. And that's all right. That's all right to take your time because I look at it like, all right, maybe both men need some time, but it's probably more Bivol that needs the time because Better BF. I'm gonna be honest, he already had a little bit of time because the first fight that they had was called off or prolonged, sorry, because Beterbiev got injured, so he had time where Bivol took a fight. I think it was on the 5v5. Bivol took a fight there. So, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, man. Malcolm said he gave Bivol rounds 1, 2, 4, 9, and 10. Yeah, I had the fight scored the same way, 7-5, man. I did for the first one. Shout out to my dude WP3 in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, man. I just think that if Bivol Beterbiev 3 doesn't happen, then both these men got to get in with some good fights. And I think JEOPARDY is a guy who was saying that a lot of these other cruiserweights are ducking him, which I don't think they are, man. I really don't. For some reason he got a ring title fighting Breedis, which is crazy to me. I don't know how that happened, but he's a Turkey guy too. So, Turkey, if you're not gonna bless Beterbiev with another check, another fight to get his get back, then you might as well throw Beterbiev in a championship belt with your guy at cruiserweight, JEOPARDY, so he can get a real test of that chin, and we can see what he really made of against an elite boxer, man. Because he just not fighting the names, bro, that we want to see him fight. Like Breedis is his best name, and that's what it is, man. Breedis is his best name he got to date. And Breedis was very old then. I think Breedis was even coming off like a 2-year hiatus when he fought JEOPARDY. Like he didn't even come in, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even come in like off a fresh off win or anything like that. And people were like, I don't know, man. I don't know how they made that a ring fight. Like there was no way Breedis was the two at the time. When Bivol turned down the Benavidez fight, was it before the second fight with Beterbiev or after? Yo, it was after, Malcolm, because what happened was Bivol and Beterbiev fought. Bivol won. And you remember, bro, like a week later, the WBC went to go strip Bivol, bro. It wasn't even like 8 days. Like they stripped Bivol right away, man. It was crazy. Like the BC stripped Bivol in the less amount of time. Like think about it. Think about David Benavidez's timeline at 75. He got there and fought Morrell when? January? So he only been in the division. No, he fought Vozdek too. So Vozdek, which was the year before, he wasn't even in the division for a year. He in the division now for a year, but he wasn't even in it for a year at the time. And he got a title shot. When we know how long he was at 68 and he couldn't get a mandate for Canelo. So it's what I'm saying. WBC don't care. So if I was Bivol, fuck, man, I'd throw the belt at them too, man. He should have threw the belt in the trash can like Ridder Bull did. That's what Bivol should have did. He should have said, man, fuck this belt. Throwing this shit out. I don't believe in none of this, bro. Because with the way they treated Bivol and Beterbiev, saying that the Russians couldn't fight for the BC belt for the longest time, that was nasty, man. And then as soon as Turkey Al-Sheikh comes and gets involved, all of a sudden, now the Russians can fight for the belt because they representing or they living in another country other than Russia. It's like, bro, you guys need to stop. Like, what? Oh, because Bivol trains in California and Beterbiev trains in Canada. Oh yeah, they good to fight for the belt now, bro. Them dudes are still Russian. You know what I'm saying? And I think they even talking about. I heard somebody say like they wanted the third fight in Russia. Somebody was like, "Yeah, why would they do that? They Russian. I don't know. Maybe the fight's big over there in Russia. We don't know. I don't like. I think if those two guys fought in Russia, I think Russia would show up, man, because they probably the top two names out of Russia right now." He said Marshall went from not sanctioning Russian fighters to stripping Bivol a week. Yeah, bro. Yo, shout out to LA, man. My guy, man. Yeah, bro. You stripped them. Like you stripped Bivol like days, like not even a week. My man didn't even get to, you know what I'm saying? Like Bivol didn't even get his email. Like, you know how they ship the belts, the new belts to the champ? My man Bivol didn't even get the new belt before he got stripped, bro. Like he didn't have it long enough. He probably just told me to keep that shit. Don't even send it to me. And I don't blame him, man, because like that like the way the WBC did him with that situation was nasty, man. Nasty. My man Bivol just won the belt and they stripped him like same month almost. You know, maybe not the same month because February is a short month, but pretty much the same month, man. I feel like Bivol gonna move up and fight Apataya if we don't get Beterbiev. Yeah, yeah, one of them gotta fight Ja, man. Because we need to see Ja Apataya in some fights. If Ja Apataya not gonna fight one of those guys, then he gotta fight like Zerto or CBS, man. Like he gotta get in here with some top names at the division. Like we want to see some fights at a Jay Apataya. He too busy hiding behind, Eddie Hearn and Turkey Al Sheik, man. I'm not with that at all. Oh, my man said Zerto food? What? Nah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yo, Zerto, he got better, man. I think he's at his real weight, to be honest. I don't know how he's fighting at 75, but I think Bivol beat him already, man. Bivol got 3 good wins. He got, Beterbiev, undisputed. He got Canelo, he beat undisputed. And then, if he could run it back with Zerto at cruiser and beat him as unified, damn, bro, then Bivol's a bad dude if you can do that. But I don't know. I don't know what it's like, man, because like that jump from 75 to 200 to 199, basically. It is a jump in weight, but you know, I think if anybody can do it, it is Bivol and Beterbiev. Those guys are elite boxers. They got the skill to do it. But I think Beterbiev more because obviously he's got the power. So we're gonna be like, okay, is his power gonna carry up to that next division? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see though. I do believe in both men would do well at cruiserweight because I think the cruiserweight division is kind of thin and technically it's not as strong, right? So I think those guys could go there and get big wins, but I think obviously Zerto, Japataya, they would need to hold it down, man, because those guys would be moving up to fight them. Who's gonna move up and not fight a champ, man? They're gonna move up and try to fight the top guy for sure. Be crazy if they didn't, but hey, people do crazy stuff every day. You know what I'm saying? My man Malcolm, he said, Zerto, he looked bad his last fight, slow and soft in the midsection. Yeah, Zerto always kind of looked, out of shape, but I think he's gotten better since he made he's not. I know Malik Scott's not his number one still, but like he's over there at Brick House training with them, and I think Malik Scott has helped him out. You can definitely see that, but I agree, man. I don't think Zerto is like a world beater, but I think he's good in the cruiserweight division. I think he's probably the best. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 of the 4 belts, so that's got to count for something. My man LA, he said, "Do you think David can do it?" Nah, David could do it for sure. Benavidez, yeah, man. He's probably more natural cruiserweight than Beterbiev and Bivol. That's for sure. He's a big dude, man. He can fill out. My man LA said David looks fat as hell. In his new training videos, he at least 230 or 240. Damn, man. That's a lot of weight cut then. I just don't understand why guys do that, man. A lot of us saw Tank Davis went through that early in his career where he's blowing up between fights. And I don't understand why he was doing that because I mean it's never a good thing, man. When you blowing up between fights, now all of a sudden you gotta make these big weight cuts. You spending more time cutting weight than working on your boxing skill, working on your gaming plan. And it's just stress on the body, bro. Stress on the body. You probably doing things you're not supposed to be doing, sauna suits. You trying to get through it any way possible. And yeah, I don't get it, man. I think honestly the guys gotta do better by themselves, man. Like I just don't understand why would you want to do a weight cut like that? And you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna stress your body to a whole new level, man, to where you're gonna be probably drained going into the fight. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be drained, man. And now you're going into the fight drained, weak. You never really got a chance to work on boxing. You just doing all this other stuff. Nah, man, we got to get rid of that. Like these guys think that having weight cut camps, yeah, fat camps, yeah. Nah, man, that don't do nothing, man. That don't get you ready for the fight when you just worried about weight, man. Yeah, having fat camps, man. Just waiting, just worried about, yo, how I'm gonna look on the scale, how I'm gonna get to the scale. That's messed up, man. You should be worried about the dude in front of you, man. Got to stay in the gym and keep that diet on point. Yeah. Or hire, yeah, exactly. Hire somebody who gonna make you eat right. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, these guys got so much money. You telling me they ain't got enough money to put aside for a chef for the year or something like that? Yo, let me pay this guy 6 figures a year, he or she, to I don't know, make meals for the week for 52 weeks, bro. And we eating. You know what I'm saying, for the whole family. Yo, WP 230, 240. What the fuck? David must be eating with Tone. Yo, that's messed up, bro. That's messed up, man. My man Tone, shout out to Tone, bro. He said Drake dissed him, bro. I was laughing. He said Drake dissed him. I was like, what, Tone?
Oh, look at this guy.
Hey, I get it, man. You gotta attach yourself to the goats, man. You trying to go viral. That's what you gotta do. Shout out to Tone, man. You doing this thing, man. Big AZ. They got one. They going to Riyadh season. They going to Riyadh season, do their thing, man. Shout out to David standing on his square, man. Because I know it might have been tough for him to say he was gonna stay in Las Vegas and do the PBC thing, knowing that it may not go well. But he definitely doing this thing, man. Getting the Riyadh season card, getting all that. My man Malcolm, he dropped the $2 on me. I appreciate you, brother. He said, you caught the Catterall fight. Straight trash. Yeah, I appreciate you.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Nah, yo, honestly, Malcolm, I had it on the TV and I watched probably like 2 rounds, and then I started cleaning the crib, bro. I was like, man, this ain't it. I was like, yo, I was in the same thing as you, bro. I'm like, man, this fight, not it. But like, shout out to the UK fans, man, because Catterall getting the headline slot after losing, bro. Like that's wild, bro. But they support out there, and that's what I love about them because the support for them is always gonna be alive because the way they support, man. It's always gonna be on the big, probably the big, the zone's always gonna be represented well. Like as long as the fans are coming in, man, they gonna do their thing, bro. They gonna do their thing, man. Shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know about Jack Catterall though. I think he's mid, man, especially at 47. He's moving up to 47 now. I don't know what he could do there that's gonna be great. You know, maybe him and Josh Taylor got to run it back at 47. You know, maybe that's a good domestic fight out there for the UK. But I'm not sold on Catterall. But you know, it was an ugly fight. And then you got Turkey Al-Sheik out here, you know, talking about that was Jerry versus Jerry. You know, it's like, bro, isn't that what you wanted? But man, ain't that what you wanted, bro? But hey, you know, he was trolling. He was trolling, man. He said, I hope that Bam and Puma happens. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a sec, bro. No, don't. Yeah, my kids in the other room, man. I don't know what they doing over there. They probably playing Minecraft. You know, they just these kids, man. But I won't even front though. It's like 40 what's 40 in Fahrenheit? Let me Google it right quick. It's hot out here today in Canada, man. Yeah, like global warming is real. Yeah, it's 104 outside right now in Canada here, where I'm at. 104. Yeah. And like I know where I'm from, it gets cold, man, but when the summertime hits around here, it gets freaking hot, boy. Hot summer, yo. That's why Drake says hot girl summer, you know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to Caravan that's coming up. Shout out to Drake, got the OVO Fest back. It's gonna be a freaking hot summer for real, man. OVO Fest. Anybody who comes to the city knows, man. My man Drake, he holds it down for like. Actually, what they do is we got an NBA Pro-Am up here that starts on OVO Fest weekend. So that's what a lot of the hoopers be coming to. They be coming to the Pro-Am and the OVO Fest. They be popping up for that. And then the Caravana. Caravana is like literally it's a Caribbean festival downtown. On like they block the whole street off for the day and everybody's just outside dancing, barbecuing. And bro, it's a great thing. It's Jamaican culture, like at the Caribbean culture. So anybody in the Caribbean, and yeah, they got these big ass floats coming through. It's great, man. It's a great time for sure. Like if you ever got kids and stuff like that, you just bring them out to go see all the because like it's a lot of costumes as well too. It's like carnival, so you got all the pretty costumes that people make, and nah, man, it's cool. It's a good vibe, man. Shout out to WP said Eubank didn't look good yesterday. Very technically flawed. Yeah, man. I never really heard of Harlem Eubank until yesterday, to be honest. I didn't even know there was another Eubank in boxing outside of Chris, man. No, right? What you talking about? Taylor and Catterall? Yeah. Yeah, I don't need another one. That's like Lyndon Arthur and Yard again. Don't manifest it. Yeah, that nah. Yeah, bro. But I'm saying it's not for us, right? I think in the UK they would probably appreciate something like that, but I'm not, nah, man. I'm not. It's a 105 over here. Damn, bro. We almost had AZ heat. That's crazy. Nah, that's not cool. Nah, I was walking about talking about the fight just being yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's what it became. Just background noise for real, man. I wasn't even listening to the commentators either because yeah, I don't know much about Harlem Eubank or you know what I'm saying, or Jack. Well, I know about Catterall, but I didn't expect much from Catterall. I guess I should say. Damn, can it get hot? Yeah, bro. Summertime, especially where I live, it gets hot, bro. In summer. I'm in Houston. It's 95 all week. Yeah, that humidex. When that humidex kicks in, boy, it's ugly outside. You're not even going outside if it's humid, man. You can't even freaking breathe. Ain't even breathing that shit. It's wild, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. One of my favorite fighters is Bam, man. And a lot of people been hating on him, saying he's fighting old guys. He beating up on old guys, so he need to unify. Well, Bam Rodriguez listening to y'all, man. He listening to you haters. He don't say much, but he listening to y'all. Y'all always trying to get at him about being undisputed, and he needs to go do this. He need to fight younger guys. Nah, man. He coming for it now. He coming for it. And this is what I'm talking about. Bam Rodriguez said, well, not Bam, but obviously his team and Eddie, they working because they got the Cafu fight, not this weekend, coming up the next weekend on the 19th. And then they got supposedly Puma Martinez on the Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. undercard. Like this, bro, or Benavidez Yard, however y'all want to chalk it up. It's gonna be on the November card. And I'm just looking at that card like, damn, bro, this thing is shaping up to be a whole card full of championship fights. Like, we're going to have just belts on top of belts on top of belts. Sanctioning bodies is cashing out that night. They're going to have all types of money at the end of the night. And Bam Rodriguez, he one of my favorite guys, man. I like to watch him fight. My man's a pocket fighter, great fighter. And, he's going to be there. He got one of the best jabs in boxing. He's gonna be there, man. And the thing about that kid is, you look at Junto and the other guys ahead of him, like in the bigger divisions. I think he can compete with those guys. I don't think Anyway will be around once he gets to 22. So I don't think Anyway will be there. But Bam Rodriguez, man, he's a very like fun technical fighter to watch. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, he's fun to watch. He's an action fighter in the pocket, in and out. And the kids, he gonna try to hurt you, man. He gonna try to hurt you. He not afraid to be in the fire. Obviously, Estrada dropped him, and that was a shocker to me. But he got off the canvas and he put Estrada out, man. And Estrada ain't no chump. He a legend. He gonna be a Hall of Famer. So I mean, Bam Rodriguez is doing what some of the naysayers are saying they want him to do to start to unify face of the champions. Well, he'll do that back to back. And if he do that back to back and win easy back to back, y'all gonna have to crown Bam Rodriguez fighter of the year. And then we're gonna have to speak about him being a top 5 pound for pound fighter. Because I don't know who else is doing that right now. Shout out to Malcolm. He said, yeah, it's my topic. I love the little guys. Coach Eddie, what's going on? Appreciate you, brother. Coming through, man. So I feel like he's the best he has the best high guard and one of the best. Very active with it. Yeah, he got a good high guard, man. That card looking more stacked than the last crescendo. Yo, shout out to David Garcia in the building. Honestly, I was just thinking that, man. When they rumbled of this fight being on it, I was like, yo, this is probably gonna outdo the last crescendo because that card kind of fell apart in front of our eyes with Floyd Schofield, obviously, day before getting sick, and then same with Daniel Dubois getting sick also. We lost 2 good fights off that card, which is just crazy because we were right at the finish line. But man, I'm with it, man. Cafu, Martinez, and then Will Balado Garcia after it's doable. Or he has the IBF. Chocolito is still in the mix. Yeah, man, but if Bam beat Chocolito, you know what they're gonna say, Malcolm? They're not gonna give him credit for that. They're gonna be like, oh, he was old, he was washed, and this, that, and the third. And I hate that, man, because like I think of it like the older guys, they need to be retired, man, because a lot of these old dudes, they stick around too long, they're fighting too long. So these young dudes need to put them out, bro, put them out misery, so they don't be fighting again. But Bam Rodriguez, he was doing that. He was, you know what I'm saying? He stopped Sonny Edwards, which I thought Sonny Edwards was damaged goods after that. And now Estrada. I don't know what Estrada's doing if he's gonna fight again. But I just dropped the link in the chat if anybody wants to jump on up here. We're talking Bam Rodriguez. And yeah, man, I think Bam Rodriguez is a great fighter. I like his style. Obviously he's an American, bro. So y'all got another one coming to y'all, man. Y'all got somebody to lean on. And he's Mexican too. So he's in Dallas. Shout out to him headlining his card here in Dallas. Is this gonna be the second time he headlines? I think Sonny Edwards was the first fight he headlined. I know his last fight on the Boots undercard wasn't a headline. Or maybe it was a Strata fight. But anyways, fact of the matter is Bam Rodriguez, it's gonna be hard for the American fans to root for him because he's in the small weights. But that kid's special, man. He's gonna have to move up, unfortunately. And the problem with moving up is his power gonna carry? Probably not. So we're gonna see a more technical Bam as he moves up. And I think he can get it done, man. The kid's just, I don't know. He got good talent. He got good feet. He's got great distance. And he, like I say, he's a pocket fighter. He's always kind of in the range to hit back. And he doesn't really get out too much. And it's a good thing, not a bad thing. And yeah, man, he's got that Mexican grit. Like he's willing to fight when he can fight. I just think Bam Rodriguez is the total package, and he's so young too. I think he's only like 23. I don't know how. I think he's 23, man, or something like that. But he's one of the youngest champs in boxing. Oh, sorry, he's 25. So he's 25 years old. Current Ring Magazine champ. He's looking to unify. Bam Rodriguez is a pound for pound fighter. Now I know a lot of people are they don't like that he's number 7 on the pound for pound list, but I think if he beats Cafu and Puma Martinez, then there's no discussion for him being on the pound for pound list. That's for sure. You got to throw him in there. Shout out to Malcolm. He said 118 might be the play. Maloney a name to add on the resume. Nonito and a bunch of Japanese dudes. The 118, is that where Susumi is? Or Inoue? Is that where Inoue's brother is? Takuma Inoue? Let me take a look at 118 and see who's down there. Honestly, Malcolm, I just started watching those little guys because of Inoue, man. I ain't gonna front. When people started talking about Inoue, actually, I shouldn't say people. I say when round one started talking about anyway, because I used to go on round one's channel all the time, and I actually told him, I'm like, bro, you the first dude I know who covering anyway like this. Like, yo, you need to keep doing that because that's your lane right now, man. You're getting people like me interested in these guys. And he was shout out to him, man. He's been doing his thing. Shout out to round one. Always respect that dude, man. But yeah, bantamweight is Junto. That's Junto's yeah, so Tacoma anyway. That'd be a good fight. Tacoma anyway, and but yeah, I want Bam to be undisputed first, bro. I want Bam to be undisputed, man. Get that in. Be undisputed, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LA. He said, I think he's Robert Garcia's best fighter, hands down. Nah, facts, bro. He is, man. He definitely is. For real, for real. Shout out to the Gaming Marshall. What's going on, man? Got that early stream for you, my UK brethren. My UK brother, man. Shout out to Z Pacino in the building. What's going on? He said, don't get round one started. Nah, yo, round one loves. Round one loves, man. He loves anyway. And y'all see how sometimes like I be like baiting him on the chant on TBV. I be baiting him too with like anyway stuff. I be like, yeah, man, say a little slick jab. Cause I know he gonna say something, you know. But it's all friendly banter, man. I never hate on that man. I told him already. He's the reason why I watch those guys. Because he put so much, you know, he set so much light on anyway, man. So I have to watch. Yeah, the Japanese are valid, man. They fight like Mexicans, but a bit more technical and down the middle. Mexicans have more brawler style and looping shots. Yeah. Yeah, the only problem I have with the Japanese is like they don't move their head, man. They all just there to be hit. I don't know if they like, taking pictures when they punching, like they watching their work. Or I don't know. They just don't like Anyway's probably one of the few that do move his head. And he don't do it a lot either because we see him get caught. Yeah, anyway, and Nakatani, my guys, yeah. Yeah, they good. They good, man. What's your thoughts on Jake Paul being ranked 14th in the cruiserweight? Yeah, by the BA? Yeah, the WBA nasty, man. They keep letting us down over here, man. Like these dudes, like what the hell they put freaking Jake Paul in there?
Oh, look at this guy.
Like what the freak? They put Jake Paul in there, yo. Game Marshall, this is what I was thinking, man.
On a school bus. Yo, I want a bomber clot you want.
Yo, you're right here, no manners.
Me just check, we don't have that.
Sure.
Yo, what the bomber clot, yo? Like, yo, what the Ross? Yo, why they putting Jake Paul 14, man? Based off what? And then I heard something like they're gonna try to review it. Review it for what? Jake Paul got the bag. He telling the BA, yo, it don't matter. Here you go. Here's the money at. Here, you guys see what my 3% is. Look at the other cruiserweights above me. What they 3% look like. Nothing like mine. So y'all gotta keep me there. It's all politics, man. It's all right, Gaming Marshall though. This is boxing, bro. We in boxing, man. Japanese fighters are brave and take risks. No, they do, man. They be taking risks for sure, bro. Puma was pricing himself out, Robert said after the year. Bam needs to move up, so he might be one belt short of undisputed. I hope not, man. I hope not. I hope they can make it happen, especially they got Turkey Al-Sheikh now. You know, money shouldn't be an issue. That's the way it's supposed to go. Yo, Nakatani don't. Actually, Nakatani moves his head good. But you see, Nakatani, don't he train out here in LA? Or not out here, but like in America? I think he trains in LA, right? So I think he's adopting a new style. Yeah, man. I think he's adopting that American style because I do agree, man. Nakatani's a little different. And anyway, they both of them, they seem to they have some slickness to their fighting skill. And I think that's what separates them from like their contemporaries in Japan. It's like they just fight a little different. And you can see they got a little bit of swag, man. And like no knock on Japanese fighters, man. Like you said that they are warriors. Their fights are all entertaining, man. I've gotten up early and watched a few fights. And that's why I was trying to figure out where that guy Sasumi was. Cause he is in 118. That dude can fight, bro. Y'all ever seen Let me pull it up, man. I can't even say that man's name. Seisa Sasumi. I watched that dude fight against Inoue, brother. Bro, he was losing the fight in the beginning, but like he's a pressure fighter. My man started coming down the pipe, and I think he stopped Inoue's brother. I think he stopped him, man. Let me take a look back on his record. Nah, he beat him UD, but like look at that. 117, 110. Nah, that's a bad scorecard because that fight was closer. But 115, 112 is about right. 114, 113. Yeah, man. That dude, he's crazy, Susumi. And I heard something about he killed somebody in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He like the mini Sabril Matias. Like he got that pressure. He a good fighter, man. I like him. Nakatani does train with Hernandez in LA. Okay. Yeah, I saw a couple videos with him in LA. And I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He moving it over to America, doing that little Pacquiao thing. Nakatani uppercuts are clean. It sucks they don't speak English. Nah, Malcolm, don't even buy into that, bro. You know, Shohei Otani don't speak English. Look at that dude, man. He the king of baseball, man. Everybody lining up to see Shohei. I like Nawasaka. Yeah, man. As long as the talent is there and the guys can fight, then the people gonna show. Trust me, the people gonna show up, man. Malcolm said, yeah, I bet on the draw from Matias and Pollo. That's a good ass fight. Matias and Pollo that's gonna be a barn burner. The winner of that fight, oh man. I think the winner of that fight gonna be the most avoided person in the division. Like, think of it. If Pollo wins, I already know the public gonna want him to rematch Gary. And if he rematch Gary right away, then this dude might be on the best like 4 or 5 fight win streak because it would mean he fought Gary and then Sandor Martin and then Matias and then back to Gary for a chip for unification. Bro. I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. Shout out to those guys, bro. Yeah, for sure. Shout out, yo. My homeboy just texting me. We making plans for next weekend to have a little fight party. You know what it is, man. Did a couple parlays. Put that to the side. Yeah, he said, I don't know who beats Pollo at 140, man. I don't know. I mean, Tio's still there, right? We want to see Tio in some of these fights, man. Teofimo Lopez is kind of looking suspect out here. He's not doing enough. We need more from him, man. Teofimo Lopez. I don't know why he's on the sidelines, man. He done messed up his career for the moment. I thought Pollo lost versus Sandor. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, man. I thought that was a much closer fight. And I said that too. I'm like, man, that could have been a draw. Or if somebody told me Sandor won, I ain't even mad at them because Sandor Martin, he had a lot of close rounds with Pollo, and you can call those swing rounds, and those can go to him. And yeah, he up, man. He up. So I'm not even, yeah, man, I ain't even mad at that. I agree with you totally. That could have been a Sandor Martin win. And Sandor Martin, he kind of been avoided, right? Like, I'm not going to say Devin Haney ducked him because, like, the purse bid was crazy. I wouldn't fight for that either. But, like, nobody really, like, since the Tio fight, been, like, calling Sandor Martin out or even signing up to really fight him. So I think Sandor Martin, he kind of avoided just because, like, he ain't got a big name. He not a big money fight, but he can beat you. He's a good fighter. Yeah, Sandor's very underrated. Yeah, man. Sandor Martin, definitely an underrated fighter, man. He said, I want Sandor and Mercado or Mercado and Ortiz, yo, or Nestor Mercado needs to get a fight. I think Ernesto Mercado got something coming up. Hopefully it's a good fight, man. We got to see him in. Shout out to LA. He said they robbed Sandor of that second knockdown against Tio. Yeah. Yep. I mean, David, he said that. Motherfucker, Sandor on a run. He beat Mikey. Should have won versus Teal. Should have won versus Yeah, yeah, man. He's been in tough fights. He's definitely like not the type of dude where you're gonna test a prospect with. He's a dude you got to get to. You're only gonna fight basically if you gotta be mandated to fight him. Like you're not gonna sign up to fight Sandor Martin, man. A lot of guys are not gonna do that because like he does present a threat. The guy is good. We all seen the Teo fight, man. This man made Teo contemplate everything about boxing, yo. But yeah, man, this November card is starting to round out crazy. These are kind of like this is nuts, bro. If this card can be made and be presented to us, I don't know how Turkey Al Sheik and Riyadh outdo themselves with that card. I just don't know, man. If you add in Bam Rodriguez on it, you got David Benavidez already. You got Devin Haney. You're talking about doing Raymond Mulataya and Andy Cruz fighting for a title. It's like, holy. So we got Haney, Norman in a title fight. You got Benavidez, Yard a title fight. You got Sam Noakes, Abdullah Mason. I didn't even say that. That's agreed too. Title fight. Raymond Mulataya, Andy Cruz rumored. Bam Rodriguez, Puma rumored. That's 5 title fights. Bro, I don't even know another card that's like that. Like y'all would have to give me some examples of which other card we've seen with 5 title fights on it. I think that's unheard of, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. He said if Sandor fights Tito, we gonna have Ness on depressive mode or in a terrible mood. Yeah, man. Because I mean, Sandor Martin could beat Tito Mercado. He's got great boxing skill, man. He can neutralize some of that power, but if Tito Mercado, sorry, can go in there and like impressively beat Sandor Martin, we all gonna believe he's the goods. We're all gonna be like, yeah, he's the guy that needs to get a next big fight at 140. I don't even know where they got Tito ranked right now. I don't even think he's ranked in the 140 rankings, which is crazy because I mean, I feel like him and his dad they signed up with Matchroom in order to be ranked. Like, you think that's why they went over to one of the big sanctioning bodies, or sorry, the big promoters? Because arguably you can make a case that Tito Mercado was getting big fights without these guys. So yeah, man. Yeah, he's not in the top 10 in any of these sanctioning bodies, but let me check the top 15. He's probably the top 15 in the BA, I think. But oh shoot. We'll take a look. Damn, I think all the power just went out in my crib. Definitely did. Yeah, let's take a look, man. BoxingScene.com. Shout out to Boxing Scene. He is ranked. Oh damn. No, he's not even ranked anywhere at 140. Ernesto Mercado. This is crazy. I thought at least he was ranked. This is why people don't be saying nothing about him then. Because he's not even ranked. Eddie Hearn got to do something about that. That's a problem. That is a problem. But yeah, man. Oh man, I don't even understand that. How Ernesto Mercado's not ranked. But hey, whatever, man. You gonna have to roll with the punches. That's for sure. Got my guy Malcolm in the building. Bring him up here. What's good, Malcolm?
What's good, Ryan? My audio's good.
Yeah, you straight, man. You straight.
Yeah, shout outs to you, bro. I'm gonna just hop on for a little bit and shit. I'm tired as hell, overnight life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
bro.
you, man.
But yeah, so Tito Mercado, bro. I like Tito. I'm not gonna front, man. I kind of like him. I'm on the fence because Ness. He made me dislike him a little bit. But yeah, he's kind of stuck on the rock of the hard place. Ever since he went to the zone, he hasn't really gotten anything crazy. Like it looks like they're dropping the ball. Him and his pops, they were doing their thing. They were giving him some good names. Nakathilia, that's the first one I can remember. I know he got a Hank Lundy.
Yep.
I can't remember who was homeboy that he fought. I think it was the Argentinian dude.
Yeah.
And
I know
and
you're talking about
Genio.
it.
Damn it. But yeah, yeah, he had some pretty good fights, man. He built himself up pretty good. Ended up getting an injury. I believe it was a hand injury or some shit. And now he just stuck. But he was saying, I remember Jermaine Ortiz wants that fight. Like
Oh,
Jermaine
for
Ortiz,
real?
he was on TBV saying he wanted it, but I think Ness is playing protector. Do you feel me? I don't know what's going on because he said he's also willing to fight Jermaine Ortiz, but we haven't really seen him fighting anybody who moves like an Ortiz.
Yeah.
That'll let me really know how good a fighter is. You know what I'm saying? Because he's fought all these other styles. You see what he did with Pedraza, man. That knockout, I ain't really like it, just because it was a punch in the back of the head. He
Yeah,
was
it's
gonna
kind of a
scorch him like,
club. Yeah.
yeah, like, he was gonna spark him out anyway. But I'm like, man, I'm not gonna get hyped over this performance. But I want to see how he'll do against somebody with some solid footwork like Ortiz. He has good IQ, very good movement. It'll just let me know if he got the entire package. But he's too busy calling out Mason, Shakur. You were calling out Keyshawn while he was at 135. And it's like, yo,
Yeah.
bro, just call out the people at 140.
Yeah.
But
Keep on there now. That'd be a good call out now.
I'm all for that. I'm not gonna lie, it's a dangerous fight though, especially with Keyshawn just moving up. He probably gonna
Hmm.
take Frank Martin. I feel like Keyshawn gonna end up just taking the Frank Martin fight. Frank is kind of I don't know if you've seen his fight hype interview, but he was just saying like his whole problem it has nothing to do with Derrick James. I guess it's some promotional stuff or it's just a whole bunch of
What?
behind the
For
scenes.
real? Any
Yeah,
with
he was saying that's
any with Spence? Ain't Spence's promoter?
oh no, yeah, he is, isn't it?
I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah, because he's
sure.
under man down, but Spence should be
Yeah.
under. Yeah, but man
Or
down's under Al Heyman, right? So
PBC.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like my bad. The Drake line, you signed to one nigga that signed to another.
Yeah, that cosign, bro.
But oh, my bad, bro. But yeah, he was just saying it's a whole bunch of nonsense. But it doesn't really have to do with all that. I guess the Derrick James and Errol Spence stuff that's going on.
Oh, the
So
lawsuit. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's just all this other
Yeah,
nonsense
I
he was
guess
saying.
it wouldn't have nothing to do with that because that's over Spence's pay, right? That's over his last fight with Crawford. So like
Yeah,
that got nothing to do with Frank, yeah, and the promotional
you know.
side.
You know how that is, man. It's just Twitter. People just say everything, and with the narratives. So I could see that. I could just see that fight happening. But yo, my boy Bam, man, 118 to play.
Oh, you think
I'm
so?
glad.
You think he
Yeah.
shouldn't stay the undisputed?
Now what Garcia's saying about Puma, I had no idea about him outpricing himself. Had no idea about
Yeah,
that.
but
Or so.
you're gonna outprice yourself with Turkey. That's crazy, man.
Does anybody know the exact amount? Did he specify exactly what it was?
Nah, we ain't heard of that. But I feel like also like Turkey Al-Shiki, the type of dude, if you start ducking that smoke, he gonna air you out on Twitter, man. He gonna let the world know.
Yeah, it's like you'll get that one offer and then it's just lower and lower and
Yeah,
lower. Damn, man, we got everybody just ducking the turkey smoke, man.
it's like that
That's
Boots
oh
Ennis.
man, this is
You said, yo, I call Boots. Boots don't answer my call.
yeah, this is crazy. But nah, it's like that 115 division, Bam could easily just clear it out. Like I think the Martinez fight would be a good one, but Kafu, what I was saying, this Kafu fight, I think it's gonna
Mhm.
be like a masterclass performance. Like I watched Kafu, bro. He nah, he's not like that. Like trust me, his last fight, I think it was Takai. I think that's how you say his name. That he
Oh,
barely
okay.
won. It was like a
When he went to
yeah,
Japan, took the
yeah.
belt
It was
off
like
him.
yeah. He barely won that fight. It was a split decision. The knockdown is what set him up to get that win. But
Right.
bro, it's like he overreaches at times. You know what I'm saying? And like his best work, he just has to work off his jab. When he's working off his jab, he does a good job, and I just feel like Bam is gonna just take that away from him. And Bam has been in there with the more experienced opposition. I'm one of those guys that if you're in there with the more experienced fighters and who you fought, that's when it plays a critical part in how I'm gonna judge a fight's gonna go.
Right.
But
Right.
Bam's high guard is insane, man. I love his high guard. I love
It was a
watching him fight.
lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah, because we get used to these dudes them dudes that just come forward with their high guard and then they get hit with straight shots just right down the middle and they don't move their head.
Mhm.
It's frustrating. And then Bam is like a breath of fresh air to me. He got
No,
nice
he
head
is.
movement with it. Yeah, he could
Mhm.
even black body shots off the head guard. Like I've never seen some shit like that. That's just pretty hard to do unless you were like I think Wiki Wright was like the only one who was pulling that off.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah,
With his
I know a little
elbows,
something.
he's blocking shit with his elbows.
Yeah, long ass arms, man. But
Shout out to David
yeah, that's
Garcia. He said the first offer was with Matchroom. Okay. That they gave Puma. So they tried to make this fight before, I guess.
yeah. So Turkey could probably make that happen then if this is Turk. You
Mhm.
sprinkle a little something. All right, so it's a little more doable now. Cause then he just
Yeah.
got the Martinez shit. That's like the rumor. And then what was his name again? Garcia. It's hard for me to pronounce his first name. But yeah, the other name that I
He's the
put it's just
is
hard
he
for me
the
to.
IBF champ?
Yeah, he the IBF. He got the IBF.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his name's crazy. Willie Baldo or something like that.
Yeah, I was about to say Wimbledon or
Yeah, yeah.
Wasabi. Yeah, it was something like that. So yeah, if Turkey could kind of save this man now with the whole Puma shit, then I'm all cool for that. But then after that, it's like go up to 118. But if you have to go up to 118 now, still it's kind of a good move. I just don't know how soon he'll get Nakatani because like Nakatani's in the mix to be fighting like Inoue. I think they're trying to do that next year
Mhm. Yeah.
because I think the plan is MJ and then it was supposed to be Nick Ball, but then what I seen was they're
Right.
gonna try to put him in with I think Sam Goodman again or Picasso, one of the two. I don't even want to watch it. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it made no sense for me for them to fight Nick Ball. Like, why are you gonna go up and then come back down? Like,
Yeah,
go up
maybe to
to
test
fight
the waters.
or go up to fight Nick Ball and then come back down to fight Nagatani.
Yeah, I don't really know why. I'm just thinking like to test the waters. And I don't like Nick Ball. I can't stand Nick Ball. I want him to get like just packed up. So I thought that would have been a good fight.
Nah,
But yeah, it's looking
Nick
like
Ball packing up anyway, man. That's why I always tell round
no,
one.
don't do
Be
that.
getting
Don't
mad, bro.
nah, don't do that. You're gonna trigger me, bro. I'm about to
I
turn
bet,
into round
bro.
one in this bitch.
Anyway,
Nah, listen.
gonna get suplex one time. You better nah.
You're gonna be
We ain't
kicked
fighting
in
this
it.
guy.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll say. He's a dirty fighter. So like he'll have that edge. These Japanese guys are used to clean fighting. So
Yeah.
I could see that being a problem, but nah, man, he's just a target, bro. He's just a heavy bag that's just coming forward.
Yo,
That's all it is.
you think Shushu really said he ducked him? I'm like, I don't know about all that.
Oh, I peep. Who knows? It could be true, but
I feel like Nick Ball would happily take Shushu, bro. Like that
you
dude
think
ain't beat
so?
nobody yet.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's the thing with.
I'm thinking I beat Ray Ford. I feel like Ray Ford can beat Shushu.
Yeah, but you know what? Somewhere in the back of his mind, he's aware that Ray Ford was already gonna move up. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
He was drained for sure. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so that's a crucial part. And I thought that could have went either way. That was an amazing fight. And I'm a Ray Ford fan, so that's kind of
Nah, that
pissed
was
my boy
good ass
lost.
fight. That was
Yeah,
good ass.
but Shushu, Yeah, he needs a big. I don't even know what's his next fight, but he needs a name. I wanted him to get Robisi. I don't even care if Robisi just came off that loss. I think that would have been a good fight for him to get his experience up.
Yeah,
I
Shushu,
don't think he's.
he's fighting on that Xander card. He's
Oh,
fighting
he's
for
fighting.
the BC interim.
Oh shit.
Um,
Okay.
it's not against a guy we know. Nah, man, it's against like the number 13 guy or something like that. Matus
Okay.
Haita.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I feel like Vega would probably know who the fuck that is. I don't know who that is,
Vega
bro.
don't even know who that is.
Yeah, nah, bro. He be knowing about these dudes from like
You're gonna say you know
Romania.
who he
So,
is, but you don't know who he is.
oh
Shout out
man,
to Vargas and Espinoza. Oh shoot, Espinoza also fighting? Oh no,
yeah, I
that's
like
Emiliano
Espinoza
Vargas.
too. But with Shushu, man, I don't think he's ready for Espinoza, and I don't even think he's ready for Inoue, just
What about
because of the level
Fulton?
of opposition. Fulton, where wasn't he calling him out?
I mean, Fulton is there, bro.
But I thought
He
Fulton wanted to
was
move up
calling
to
them out. He
130.
was calling them out.
Yeah, I could have sworn Fulton wanted to move up to 130. Like he's all over the place. Like he's been saying he
Yeah.
wanted to. He said 126 was a pit stop in his exact
Yep.
words.
Yep. And then he's trying to fight Oshaki Foster.
That's
But
doable. I think Foster's mid. Like I'll be real, he don't impress me
shout out
at
to
all. I feel
Chad in
like it's a
Canada.
very
Yeah. Oh, you think Foster and Fulton's not a good fight?
no. I think it's a good fight, but I don't think Foster's all that. I'll favor Fulton. I think he's the better boxer,
Yeah,
and
me too.
Foster kind of he doesn't do too much. You know, like if that's I think he holds himself back. You know, he leaves it up to the judges. If
Yeah.
for some reason it's like hunger or something. I don't know. When I watch him fight, it's maybe it's like fighting to the level of your opposition, but he just I can't explain it, bro. But I think you know what I mean. Like
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. He fights to the level of his opposition. Like Conceição should have never been in 2 fights with him.
yeah, he didn't even look all that good in the second fight.
Nah,
Like I watched it
the second fight, I was like, man, this is the one that Conceição should have won. Like,
yeah, there was a whole argument about the whole shit. Like everybody's upset about it. And I'm just like, yo, why am I watching this? But I don't. I just want them to like just get packed up, man. Just to lose to somebody, man. But that's a Ray Ford fight, man. I want my boy Ray Ford to take that.
with Shock.
Yeah, if he's
Nah,
able
Ray
to,
Ford
that's.
in a tougher fight. Kakashi. That dude
Oh yeah,
got
he gonna
power,
fight
man.
Kakashi. Man, we packing him up, man. Ray
You
Ford
know,
cleaning
yo,
out that
shout
whole
out to- yo,
division.
I fucks with Ray Ford because he take tough fights, man. He take tough fights. I respect it,
Yeah,
man.
his work inside is crazy. Like his inside game, low key, he might. This might be a stretch, but I feel like he might have like the top. He might be in the top 5 of like fastest hand speed in boxing right now because his hand speed is insane. I don't think people
Yeah.
realize it. Like he's quick. It's just his willingness to exchange at times. That's the only thing that gets me with him.
Mhm.
But other than that, like he a crispy fighter, bro. Like I think he's solid all around. And he
Nah,
from
he
Jersey,
is,
right?
man. Yeah, he from Jersey. Yep.
All these Jersey dudes, man, him, Shakur, they all got this same swag and they all have like a similar fighting style. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, Ray Ford, he's a pocket fighter. That's why I like him. Like, he right there, man. But shoot, if you miss, you're gonna get pieced up.
Yeah, and that's the styles that I really like to watch. You know, I used to be a fan of the. My bad if I'm like kind of just going a little off topic, but I used to be
Nah,
a
it's
fan
cool.
of
We're talking boxing.
those fighters. You know that's just good movement and just jabbing, and you know your Mayweathers and
Mhm.
your Pernell Whitakers. I used to love those styles and back foot fighters, and I started to appreciate those guys more who actually fight in the pocket or the high level aggression. You
Yep.
know, or aggressive counter punchers. Like Marquez is one of my favorite fighters of all time.
Shout out to
One big
Marquez,
dislike,
legend.
yeah. One big dislike is, you know, again, you know, the Mexican pride and the willing to exchange. That's the
Mhm.
shit that throws me off. I hate that. But when I see guys like shout out to round one, when I see guys like my boy Inoue, and they got some that aggressive style with that high IQ. Bam is the same way. I love it. So tactical aggression has always been my thing. If I'm able to hit you and I'm in your face and you can't hit me, I'm a fan.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to Cap Quest in the building. He said, "Big Jersey, big Jersey."
Big
Yeah,
Jersey.
man. Nah, the rape word's nice, man. I'm sure he'll be in attendance this weekend to watch his boy Shakur.
Yeah, my boy
Stevenson.
Shakur gonna go to work, man. I'm not telling y'all, man. So let me tell you, bro. Like, I got Shakur decision easy. That is a no-brainer. I don't know if he's gonna get a knockout, and it's just that hand shit
You
that's
think they'll
killing
put
me.
Zepeda down at some point?
Probably off body work. That's what I feel like he'll do. Because I know Padley, he was hitting him with some clean shots, but it was the body
Yeah.
shots that kept dropping him. But probably off of body work. But it's just the hand, bro. Like, it's the hand thing. The hand thing is just throwing me off. I don't know if his hand's gonna get hurt again. I don't know how he treated it, if he was getting any kind of shots for his hand. But
Right.
I kind of just have him putting belt to ass on Cepeda. And it's like Cepeda has power, but he's not no crazy, like, he don't got no crazy one punch power. And if you get a swarmer versus a boxer, the boxer is gonna win because you're just opening up. You're gonna make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, you watch all of Cepeda's recent fights. You feel me? Especially the ones with Farmer.
Yeah.
And I promise you, you won't see a single feint. And that's one of the things that pissed me off. A fighter like him should be feinting. If you don't feint against a Shakur, you're gonna have a pretty much a long night. Shakur is naturally a twitchy guy. He's very defensive. They're gonna try to read your looks, and they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna react off the fly. You feel me? So if I'm fighting off reflex, you gotta feint. You gotta see what kind of looks I'm gonna give you, and more than likely, a fighter's gonna have like 3 or 4 different defensive looks, and you're gonna have to adjust to it and find a way to just counter those looks. But he just goes for gusto, bro. He just goes forward and he just throws punches. He's gonna get countered all night. It's gonna be a long night for him, so I just have him getting his ass whooped. Uh,
Oh
Puello
man.
Matias, yeah, man, Puello Matias. You know that the body side of me, man, is rooting for Matias, but I love Puello, man. I love Puello's style. It's safe. He got a nice jab. I like his movement, his ring generalship,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just Matias, man. I hate flat-footed fighters like that. I can't stand it. I don't care if you're Puerto Rican. He just comes forward and it's just nasty, but he got power. That's the only thing that I feel he'll have over. You see, Puello fought Gary Antoine Russell. The only thing that Matias has over Gary Antoine Russell was just power, maybe
Yeah.
slightly harder. His feet slower. He's not as light on his toes. Hand speed slower. Both guys don't really adjust too well either. I don't think either guy adjusts too well or make adjustments because Gary Antoine did the same shit with Puello. He was just forcing everything. And
Right.
one thing about Matias, I don't. Nobody really talks about it. He only fights on 2 gears: is offense and defense. Counter punching is in the middle. If you watch him, and this is why Leon Pardo has success with him. He'll get off, and then sometimes he'll clinch or push him off, and
Mm-hmm.
Matias has to reset all over. He never really throws
Yeah.
counters. It's kind of rare. So it's like if you're throwing, I'm blocking, and I'll wait till you're done throwing, and then I'm gonna charge. Like, bro, you're just losing mad opportunity to just get busy. So
Right. Right.
I, that's why I'm edging Puello, but with the whole Tom and Jerry shit and the whole judging, yeah,
Nah,
it's a
man.
it's a fucked up sport, man. You know how this
I don't
goes.
put stock in that, man. I don't put stock in that because, like, I think Turkey be trolling the fans, bro. I think he just be getting at the fans emotionally, and they eating it up, bro. Like, he talking about a retractable ring just to troll people.
Oh yeah, no, that
You know,
was
people,
that was a
you know what I'm
troll.
saying?
But
He trolling people, bro. Like, he at this point he having fun with it, and I think he appreciates the sport of boxing. He not here to change none of that stuff, but like you said, I think you said he wants entertaining fights, man. So he's gonna put these incentives in, like He's gonna say, "Hey, Bam, if you win next week, you getting the unification. Hey, Hamza Shiraz, if you beat up Edgar Berlanga, you getting the Canelo fight." And we know Edgar, he not going for that. He like, what? Yo, y'all picking me to lose? He anteing them up, bro. He putting a fire under these guys, and then some of these guys need that because they're just showing up for the check. We seen it in Times Square. They just showing up for the check.
Yeah, that was a
It's like,
nasty weekend.
y'all need to have some risk, bro. Something to lose. But
Yo, how you got the and then before I jump to that, this is what I was saying, the Tom and Jerry shit, he was definitely telling the truth and expressing his feelings when he was after that weekend. That's really when he said it. So I'm like, I can tell,
yeah,
it kind of pisses him off. And he's a casual. His favorite division is the heavyweight division. So he really wants to just see motherfuckers exchange. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm
No,
pretty
not really
sure.
though. You know who his favorite fighter was? Larry Holmes. So like
Okay.
best
But he's
jabber.
a heavyweight. So
Yeah, he's
nah,
a
let me
heavyweight. But I'm
create
saying,
my
like,
narrative, man.
not a
Let
traditional
me.
heavyweight though. Larry Holmes was a boxer.
Yeah, one of the best jabs for
Yeah.
sure. Damn, why
So
you killing my narrative, Ryan?
I'm just saying, bro. Like
Yeah.
he said, Larry Holmes. That threw me for. I'm like, I didn't think he gonna say like Mike Tyson or a traditional like Mike Tyson, Ali, him being
hmm
Muslim. Nah, my man said Larry Holmes. I was like, what? Like,
Yeah, I didn't even know he said that.
I was like, damn. He said, yeah, Roberto Duran, Larry Holmes, and somebody else was like his favorite fighters.
Yeah, I didn't even know who
Shout out
that
to
one
Roberto because
was.
Roberto be at all the events.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's like one of my favorite fighters all time.
Hell
That's
yeah.
my boy, Duran's Manos de Piedra.
But yeah,
But
I do believe you're right. Like he doesn't like the Tom and Jerry fights. I do believe that too.
yeah, so it's just judging, man. I'm not. I've been watching this for so long, boxing. We kind of know that judging is just crooked. So that's kind of why I was on the fence, and I'm like, let me just put money on a draw, dude. It's a plus, I think 1,074 for a
For the
draw.
draw? Oh damn.
Yeah, so bro, you put up $10, you're gonna make 100 and some change. But if you balling like that, you could just sprinkle a little something. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, I mean, I only put like $10 on it,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I'm making
Yeah.
bank. You know
Hail
what I'm
Mary
saying?
bet.
Just
It's a
what was
little
that?
something, something. Like a Hail Mary bet. But if it hits, it hits.
Yeah, because then all my other shits will get fucked up. So I'm like, all right, let me just do this because this happens sometimes. You feel me? But how you got that David Morrell fight going?
Shout out to my guy Oscar in the building. David Morrell and Mon Kativ. Oh man, that's gonna be a good fight. I mean, it all depends on if Morrell goes to the body. If Morrell don't go to the body and just headhunt, he might get clipped, man. He might get hurt in that fight. Because I think
I
the
haven't
problem with
watched.
Morrell, he like to
Uh
fire,
huh.
he like to fight fire with fire sometimes. And David, I'm not saying Benavidez can't punch, but I'm saying like David Benavidez, he's not a natural 75 pounder. Well, now he probably is, but that was what his second fight at 75 when he fought
Yeah,
David Morrell. Like Iman Kativ, he's been fighting at 75 his whole career. He's been stopping real 75 pounders. So I mean, he might pack a little bit punch, and I think that David Morrell may not expect him to hit him, so he might get caught sleeping. But I mean, I hope he listens to Ronnie Shields. I hope they attack the body. That's how they're gonna stop him, man. Is with the body shots, bro.
I haven't
Shout
watched
out
too
to
much of
Daniel
him.
spot in the building. My man Johnny.
Oh, Johnny better hop on, man. Hop on, Johnny. Oh man. But yeah, I haven't watched too much of him, so I've only
Mm,
really watched David Morrell. So I probably got to do a little bit of film study on it. And nah, you make good points. The only other thing I could think of is Morrell sometimes wastes movement, like he'll waste a lot of movement.
mm.
So that's
Yeah, that'll
why,
be
yeah,
his that'll be his advantage in this fight. Like Kativ is not a good mover. Like he can't move around the ring very good. So that would be Morel's advantage for sure, bro. For sure. Shout out to my
all
guy at
right.
the hangout spot. He said he going live at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Shout out to you, Johnny.
Yeah,
You gotta
here,
go
you know,
check
I'm
out
gonna be
the hangout
asleep,
spot.
man.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
But
That night shift.
yeah, the last thing, cause you know, the whole topic is about Bivol and Beterbiev. Disgusting work. That is nasty on Bivol's end. I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
know. Yeah, the whole duck situation. I didn't know that it was after the second fight. I was trying to think, you know, and I think this is one of those situations. Just hear me out. It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
duck until later down the line. It's similar, like you remember with Boots when he was supposed to, you know, when the whole shit happened with him and Virgil, and it's like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
we got this offer, and he's like, yo, I want to get all the belts. Like I'm trying to unify right now.
Right,
You know, he was able to get that unification. So then we're like, all right, you're good. You stuck to your word. You know, if he didn't get the unification and he would have ended up fighting Tio, it just looks like a plain duck. In this
yep,
situation, Bivol didn't take the the Benavidez fight because he's like, oh, we're gonna run it back again, this third fight, and now you're delaying it, so it's
right.
gonna kind of age off as a duck now, and I think it's kind of fucked up because Bivol is Turkey's guy. Turkey looked upset. I had Bivol winning, like I said in the in the chat. I had Bivol winning the first fight, but I couldn't be mad. It was a couple of swing rounds. I can't remember which ones were swing rounds exactly, but it could have went either way. So now you got this win, and you guys are probably just gonna run to the sunset with it. It's like, yo, we got this, and that's really it. But it's kind of, it's just morally, it's fucked up. And I don't know if
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
contract saying that you guys got to have 3 fights, but it's just nasty, man. I just felt like it was nasty.
Nah, man, I agree, man. I felt like it was that guy at the basketball court. He finally got that win over you, and now he running away with the win, man. He didn't want to run it back again. What's going on, Chad? Though, my guy from Canada.
Hey
Chad.
guys, yeah, I don't have too much time to hang out, but I was enjoying the conversation, man. The featherweight conversation was great, but I just wanted to add because you guys were talking about David at 75. I really thought the Vosdick fight that was his first fight at 75, and I thought it was a really good statement for Benavidez. I don't know. A lot of people didn't like the fact that he wasn't able to stop Bosdick, but the truth is, even with his inactivity, Bosdick's a strong, solid guy, right? Good chin, still had a really good chin. And David tried. He tried a few points in that fight to close the show, but they realized it wasn't going to happen. And I thought his corner they played it the right way. Like he just stayed consistent through. I think that was a 12-rounder, right? Yeah, that was for the
Yeah,
interim.
yeah,
So
intern.
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah, they realized that what the task was. You know, they were going to have to go all 12. And I thought David looked really compared to at 68. He was a lot less wild, and he looked a lot more. How would you say, like just fundamental? I guess I don't. I'm lacking the word right now, but I really liked how, and I thought he made the statement that he belongs at 75. He looked bigger, stronger to me. His shots looked really strong and heavy. I thought his accuracy was good on the night. Um, I like David at 75. I mean, let's be honest. The only reason we want him at 68 is to fight Canelo at this point, right?
Yeah,
Like,
just one fight. Yeah,
yeah, I think 75, okay, it probably doesn't have all the lucrative fights that he could get at 68, but there's still some good fights for him at 75, some bigger fights. I mean, the Bivol fight obviously is going to be the big one, I think.
hmm
Hopefully they clash. Like, do you guys think they're going to clash?
I hope so. I hope so. I
I
would
don't
like to
even know
see it,
anymore.
but man, there's so much in question with this Beterbiev fight. It's like, man, if that fight end up happening, then it pushes the whole Benavidez Bivol fight back like almost another year. Like
Did you guys see the news? I just saw this week that the IBF, they're forcing the Eifert fight onto Bivol
on
because,
Bivol, yeah,
well, he was Beterbiev's mandatory, and they
yeah,
passed
he
him over
was,
for the second fight, right?
yeah,
So, I mean, I think the IBF's being pretty fair. Like they're saying, okay, it's time, right? And I think the idea is that Bivol would just drop that belt and continue with the Beterbiev fight without the IBF belt. So Eifert in that situation, as far as I know, they would go down the rankings because Eifert's number one. and it'll just go down the rankings, and first person to accept would fight for that vacant belt. That's how it should go anyway. So when
Yeah.
you look at those rankings, to be honest with you guys, there's some fighters in there I don't really know very well. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I feel like whoever gets that chance, I don't know if David would get a chance at it because he's the BC champ, right? So
Morel? Oh, Benavidez. Yeah.
Beterbiev,
Yeah.
right?
He wouldn't get a shot.
Yeah.
So it could be ideally a good opponent. Like whoever wins that vacant IBF would be a good unification target for Benavidez, right? So I'm thinking he goes for that IBF with whoever wins that, and then with the unification against the winner of Bivol Beterbiev. And that's how I see that path going. I mean, hopefully, right? But you know how things are.
Nah, I
Is
agree,
Callum
man.
Smith able to? My bad. Go on.
Nah, go ahead.
Is he able to mess up anybody's plans? Because I know he has an interim belt. So isn't he
BA.
able to just?
Is it
Yeah,
BA
is
or
he able to
BO?
just get
BO.
in there?
BO. That'll be BO,
Yeah. So
yeah.
he should be able to mess up somebody's plans.
Yeah,
And
he can get ordered to fight Bivol.
yeah, you see, Bivol's on the spot. Like, you know what? This might be a stretch. I feel like we'll get Beterbiev and Benavidez before we get Benavidez and Bivol, because
Yeah.
Bivol could always use the IBF mandatory. Like, he could drop the belt, but at the same time, the way it's looking is that if he's prolonging this, he could use that as an excuse to not get the Beterbiev fight. And what's to say Benavidez, now that he's working with Turkey, it's like, yo, we'll give you this shot. You can get a belt. And, you know, Beterbiev is kind of out of options and he's willing to take it because Beterbiev has heart. And I think that's a very entertaining fight. You know, it's very possible, but it might be a stretch. But I feel like we might get that fight before we get Bivol because I just don't know what Bivol's going to do. He could also move up to fight Apataya.
Yeah. Or
I think
Zerto. He can use this BO title championship status to fight Zerto. Rematch at cruiserweight.
Zerto's the guy there, eh, in the background.
Yeah.
But I think you're right about Beterbiev because he is kind of in his twilight years too, right? So I think there's more urgency for him to kind of get the bigger fights he can before he's done. So I could see him and David sooner than Bivol. Yeah, just on that, you know.
Yeah. And for David, he needs some names, right? So he might look at Beterbiev like, you're older now, former undisputed champ. It's my chance to put the nail in the coffin that I'm here to win the whole division. And for Bivol,
Yeah,
I think
and
Bivol got to move up, man. I want to see Bivol do some great things. I think that's a dude who can have a tremendous career. Like, he's already undisputed. Say he goes to cruiserweight, undisputes that. I don't know if he can contend at heavyweight. I think that's a stretch, but man, he can get a lot of names under his belt.
The truth is after the Beterbiev fight, he could rally to regain the BC and the IBF, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
It's
Yep.
totally
just got
within
to go
him.
through Benavidez.
Yeah. So those would be good fights. But what do you guys? I was only listening maybe 20 minutes, Ryan. Like, did you guys talk about the Yard fight? Like, I like the Yard fight for Benavidez. I think that's a good fight.
Yeah, I haven't touched on it yet, but I think it's a good fight too, man. I think it's between Callum Smith and Yard. That was the two guys. I was like, whoever he fights, those are the fights we want to see. Obviously, Callum Smith he didn't fight, so yeah, Yard's the next guy up, and Yard's tested. He took Beterbiev to what, like 8 or 10, something like that. And yeah, he's been in the ring with. He's always known as a puncher too, Yard. So we're gonna see Benavidez in against a puncher. So I like the fight, man. I don't know how people are hating on it. I don't know who else
I'm
they want
hating.
Benavidez to fight at 75. Like,
I'm hating on that fight. I'll be real. I'm one of those. But you know, it's just the first thing is I don't know what happened with the Callum Smith negotiations. I haven't read anything on it and why it fell through. But no, Yard was the best other option because really everybody else is tied up. You know, it's an unfortunate situation. But he's a big guy. He's strong. And you know, Yard's best shot is he's just gonna have to win off of just counter punching alone or just work to the body. It's one of the two. But I think Benavidez is gonna steamroll him. You know, and watching Yard in his last performance, he just looked horrible. I wasn't impressed. You know, and especially like I knew he was gonna look bad because when I seen his training clips, he looked like he was training for Border Wars. That's just to me. You know, I was just like, nah, he just doesn't look how he used to look. I have
Yeah.
Benavidez steamrolling him, but if he can get some solid body work off, you know, some nice counter punches, I can see it being somewhat of a rough night. And I might see. I gotta hold back on steamrolling. I feel like there's an 80% chance that Benavidez is gonna get dropped. I'm gonna just throw that out
Ooh,
there.
for real.
Yeah, but
I
yeah.
find
Never
Listen,
it,
been a
Morrell
man
dropped him with
fighter.
a punch to the arm, man. Morrell dropped him with a punch to the arm, and y'all punching.
Yeah, he
yeah,
is
I
It's,
find it
punching.
it's,
interesting. You don't like the fight, but you have that much confidence in Yard. Because to me,
Little
if
bit
you
of
think
hey,
drama.
I gotta, I gotta
if
Little
you
flip
bit.
think
flop.
Yard's going to drop him, you know that that to me makes that's a good fight. That's maybe for a guy that can drop Benavidez. To me, that's going to be one of the best fights he can get at 75. Can we say the same about Bivol? If Benavidez fights Bivol, do you think Bivol would drop Benavidez?
No, no.
Probably
Nah,
not, right? So
Yeah,
it turns out Yard is a good opponent in that way. I mean, I think Smith's got it in him to. He's got enough power there too to be a problem as well for David. But Yard is wild, man. Yard can be wild in there, right? So David's going to have to really. I think actually, if he fights the way he fought Bosnick against a guy like Yard, it'd probably be the way to do it. Like a
mhm.
really tight technical fight, you know, boxer,
I don't
and
think
less
he's gonna
quiet.
do that.
You think he's going to go for it?
Cause I think he gonna go for gusto, bro. And this is the reason that the Vosdek fight, and I liked all the points that you were bringing up earlier. He mainly fought like that because I didn't he say he was injured, so they kind of changed the style around, and that's why everybody was so upset because we didn't see the Benavidez we wanted to see. But he just fought different. He got a little more technical. And all he really showed us is he got more in his bag. That if he can't do what he got to do, he has another way of fighting. So I don't think he's gonna do that because he's not hurt. So I just see him fighting like the regular Benavidez. He's gonna walk you down. You know, my offense is my defense. I'm gonna throw a lot of punches and I'm gonna wear you out and I'm gonna shoe shine you when I got you against the ropes. That's just how I see it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
Nah, that's how Benavidez is, but I think he's also he's showing some good stuff, you know, in that Morrell fight. What I liked what he was doing was he was disrupting Morrell's lead hand. You know, I think that played a big part in Morrell's because Morrell's a very offensive fighter, but he was gunshot, man, because David was just imposing his will. So we got to see if Yard gets intimidated in that same way, or if he's just like, yo, F it, man. I'm just gonna throw bombs at this guy until he stops moving forward. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It'll be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
the
but
date on that one, guys? What's the exact date on that one? I forget. Is that November?
It's November. They don't have an actual date, but yeah, November's the month for
that's a
sure.
stacked card, man. It's a
Yeah.
stacked card. But yeah, I'm gonna get off because I'm dead ass getting tired right now, man.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna jump off too, man.
Okay. All right, fellas. Talk to you
Yeah,
guys later.
good. Appreciate you,
shout
Chad.
Chad.
Your boxing knowledge is up there, man.
Absolutely,
And
man.
Brian, appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna jump off. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the community, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too, my guy Malcolm in the building. My man Chad in the building, man. Appreciate you guys for coming through. My bro, he got a fight coming up August 9th. Joshua Frazier, we back in the ring at the Central Niagara United Promotions. So shout out to them. They doing a show, man. August 9th. We here, bro. We going for 13-0, 10 KOs. We doing our thing, man. Shout out to Z Pacino. He said, I think Yard got the ability to be able to slip a few of those shots and counter David for as long as it lasts. Yeah, bro. A lot of people saying Benavidez gonna stop Yard, man. Well, it should be a good fight, man. Make sure you smash that like button before you leave. And I appreciate everybody for coming in, man, tuning in on the Sunday show. Make sure y'all go check out my boy, the Hangout Spot. He on at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. And peace.
What? I will slap you if you don't move this car. I'm gonna slap you.